Sensation Station Network, the M Squad is in the house. Give us a call, 678-613-5857, and talk to the infamous R&B legend Tony Terry is in the house with us right now. And we were talking about, the projects that you have going on right now. Yeah. But you wanted to touch on something before we went there, and I alluded to it, but you wanted to delve into it.
Oh yeah. I hear it a lot when I take the pub.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. But somebody on some day thought it was a good idea to add a D to man. Man of God.
And the man.
And so, since I have this platform right here and I'm able to make an appeal to the world,
wow,
maybe somebody out there knows the answer as to who and why.
Well,
more importantly, why?
That was Pastor Cleophas Johnson.
Man of God.
Yeah,
on Bacon Highway.
Amen.
Even to now.
Even to now.
Now.
Man
of God.
The man of God.
If the creator of Man of God, I know who created it.
Thank you.
Well, hey, speaking of some gospel and some new teachings, right, in the religious
you don't know
realm.
What you're talking about, do you?
There's a pastor that's going on Facebook, a lady pastor. She said, and I quote, "I don't care what God has told you. You don't go against your pastor." Yes, she did.
Wait a minute. Say that again for me.
She said she didn't care. She was telling her congregation not to listen to who cares what God said. Do not go against your pastor.
That is when I would have stood up and wiggity walked out the door.
Mother's Love.
Yeah.
So awesome. That is so awesome.
Also, I got DC coming up. I'm really excited about that.
DC.
Yeah, with Jennifer Holliday at the Howard Theater on September 27th. That's,
nice.
I love Jennifer Holliday, so to be working with her, that's going to be brilliant for me.
I love Jennifer Holliday.
Yeah.
Such a powerful, powerful vocal. Boy.
Absolutely.
So 2 albums.
Yep.
A Mother's Love.
Yep.
What else?
Oh. You already know what else.
I'm just.
I like that feeling. I like the way that. Yeah.
It's my yab.
Yeah.
It's my yab to know. It's my yab.
Yeah. Well, the lovely Melinda Santiago is moonlighting, y'all. She's gonna be moonlighting. We're actually developing a show together with Rodney Perry called the Lovers Lounge, which is adult conversation, adult music, topical issues, and maybe some things like this.
Well, I stepped in because he was looking for a female co-host.
Yes.
And when we met Katrina's thingamajigger, he had made a mention of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take her away.
This is brand new for me.
No,
actually, no. I knew. Actually, y'all, I know. I knew what was going
on. Michael, don't do that.
Wait a minute.
No. Oh, it's kind of like the drama on the page.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Next
You've been seeing Tony Terry on the side.
You've been seeing Tony Terry on the side.
Developing a show. I'm on my way over there.
I love R&Bers.
Where y'all at now? I'm on the way. All right.
Michael,
no, that's awesome. No, that's actually
and
awesome.
the concept of his show is pretty awesome. It's the Lovers Line, and he takes it back to great music.
Yes.
It's completely and talk about the music, and Roddy being a funny character he is. So he brings a comedic action to it as well.
Let me ask you a question, because Melinda just touched on that, man. What is your opinion of the current state of the music industry right now, as far as R&B is concerned?
Well, I think that I feel like shows, these music shows, these vocal shows, The Voice, etc., American Idol, they are shining the light back on one's ability to perform, because you have to be able to sing.
Right.
For a long time, rap just kind of was pervasive, and there was really kind of no point in putting out a record.
Right.
Really, if it didn't have a rapper on it.
Right.
To just make, love songs, for example, or to just make just straight R&B music, there was no place to get it played.
Right.
Okay, so now, all of these internet radio shows are starting to show up all over.
Okay.
And so now we have multiple outlets in spite of radio.
Right.
So now you can have a hit record and do well and it not even be heard on radio at all, on commercial radio.
Right.
And so that's a good thing. Also, I think that with the advent of the internet and everybody having radio stations, excuse me, it's just opened the door for just a flood of wonderful music, people to express themselves however they want to do it. But I think that, with regard to commercial radio, it's starting to loosen up and starting to create a space for us again.
Right.
And so now I feel like, if I put out something, it has a chance.
Right, because I was nervous for about 5 years. I was nervous because if it didn't have a rapper on it, as you said, if it didn't have a rapper on it, or if the singer did not use their vocal ability, to the fullest, and they tried to sound like a rapper, then it wasn't going to be a success.
You can't sing too much.
You can't sing too much.
And then, but if you're a singer, how do you not sing? How do you not sing?